Hello everybody, welcome to Talk Wrestling HD here on YouTube.com and of course NoDQ.com and every other place the show is carried, Facebook, Twitter, and the other places that have picked up the show, which by the way, thank you all for picking up the show and posting on your websites. I really appreciate that. I don't get to say that enough, but I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. Today's show is going to be about a list that WWE put out about a month ago, I want to say. I really wanted to touch on it, but I didn't get a chance to, so I'm going to talk about it right now. It's the WWE's top 10 submission wrestlers of all time. Okay. Keep in mind that, a lot of these guys, you're not going to remember being great submission style, stylists, if you will. But, a lot of them are. Number 10 was Tazz, which, makes sense to me. The whole tazmission, the tazzmission, being his finisher. Regal with the Regal stretch. William Regal's number 9. Sergeant Slaughter. For those of you that don't remember Sergeant Slaughter's pre-1990-91 run, the Cobra Clutch was his finisher for the longest time. And even then, after that, during the 91 run, he used the Camel Clutch, the Iron Sheik's move. So, he also had that first submission. So, actually, the guy's just kind of passed out now. So, number 7, Daniel Bryan. You know me and Bryan. I'll get to that in a minute. Number 6, the man of 1,000 holds, Dean Malenko. Number 5, the man of 1,004 holds, Chris Jericho. Remember that era, man of 1,004 holds, Chris Jericho? That was good stuff. Number 4, the Nature Boy himself, Ric Flair. Of course, the figure 4 leg lock. Number 3, Bob Backlund. Bob kind of had the crossface chickenwing toward the end of his run. His first run with the WWF Championship, and then, of course, his heel run in 1994 and 95. Number 2, Kurt Angle, no disputing that. Number 1, Bret Hart, again, no dispute there, in WWE. For once, I don't really have a huge problem with the WWE list, or WWE compilation. These guys all belong on this list. Malenko had more holds than, McDonald's has fries. Seriously, this guy had, but, to have Jericho above Malenko is just so funny and so ironic because Jericho claimed he had more holds than Malenko, and it was just awesome that they put him there. I think it's just a great little nod to the feud they had in 98, I believe it was, between those two. Don't quote me. Daniel Bryan on the list, no doubt about that, and if you go back and look at Bryan's indie career, he definitely belongs on the list, with his various submission holds. Should he be higher? WWE-wise, no, I don't think he should. And you have to look at the other side too, TNA. TNA submissions, submissionists, you've got, Flair's there now. You've got, who the hell does submission? I don't even know who does submissions in TNA. That's awful. I didn't even watch TNA enough to know that stuff. Isn't that awful? Joe, of course. Samoa Joe's right up there. Joe's the only one I can think of that is really a submission specialist. Tazz, taught Joe everything he knows. So, Joe's got that going for him. Doug Williams does some submissions, I believe. And again, TNA is not really my forte, unfortunately. And I know you guys get on our case for not covering TNA enough, but you know what? When TNA rebounds like they should, then we'll cover TNA. Okay? Thank you. Back to WWE's list. Okay. Tazz definitely belongs on the submission specialist list. He had more holds than anybody at the time that he was there. Regal had the Regal stretch, and he was great at, making guys tap out to various other holds. Flair, of course, the figure 4. I'm not sure if Flair should be that high on the list, only because Flair had the figure 4. He really didn't do a whole lot of submission holds other than the figure 4. He had the sleeper now and then, but he never won with the sleeper. So, just throwing that out there. Kurt Angle definitely belongs up there. Kurt Angle could stretch a guy out like nobody else. Kurt Angle was the man when it came to submissions. So, that's just, again, my opinion. Bret Hart. Bret had the sharpshooter, and when it was legal, the figure 4 around the ring post, which is a brutal hold. More brutal than we realized. I read Bret's book, and apparently, the guy had to help Bret as much as Bret hurt the guy, because, if he didn't hold Bret's foot, clang up against the ring post. So Bret's definitely belonging up there. Number 1, I think, on the list, I think Bret Hart, submission-wise in WWE, is the way to go. You guys saw the list. You guys have been talking about it on various forums and outlets. Talk to me on Facebook. Talk to me on YouTube. What do you guys think? Maybe I'll read some of your opinions next time. We'll see.